I'm John Carter, and I'm 73 years young. Today, I need to share something deeply personal that changed everything about how I view relationships. What I'm about to tell you could spare you from heartache that lingers for years. My beloved wife Emily and I were together for 41 years. That's longer than many of you have been alive. For most of that time, I believed our marriage was solid, not flawless, but strong, the kind of bond that people cherish and hold on to. But here's the truth that often goes unspoken about long-term marriages. You can share a life with someone for decades and still remain strangers in many ways. You can share a bed, a home, a life, and still be strangers in the ways that matter most. Emily passed away 6 years ago. Pancreatic cancer. Diagnosed in March and gone by July. Just 4 months from healthy to gone. In those final weeks, lying in that hospice bed, she said something to me that I think about every single day. She said, "John, we wasted so much time being right instead of being close." Honestly, I didn't understand it at first. I felt defensive. We had a good marriage, didn't we? We rarely fought. We were comfortable together. We had built a life. But that was exactly the problem. We were comfortable. And comfortable isn't the same as connected. Let me explain what I mean. For years, Emily would suggest small things. Let's take a pottery class together. Why don't we go dancing anymore? Remember when we used to stay up talking for hours? And I always had a reason why not. Too tired, too busy, too expensive, too impractical. I wasn't trying to hurt her. I just thought we had time. I thought those little moments didn't matter. I thought the big things, providing, being faithful, being reliable, were enough. They weren't. I believed love was about grand gestures, being there during a crisis, paying the bills, and simply showing up. And yes, those things matter, but what I didn't understand is that love is built in the tiny, unremarkable moments. The conversations you have over breakfast, the walks you take for no reason, the way you truly listen when your partner tells you about their day. I stopped doing those things. Not all at once. It happened gradually. So gradually that I didn't even notice. One missed conversation led to another. One, "Not tonight, I'm tired," led to 1,000. One, "We can do that later," became never. And Emily, being who she was, adapted. She stopped asking me to dance, stopped suggesting we take classes together, stopped trying to have those deep conversations. She found her own friends, her own activities, her own life. We became roommates who happened to be married, polite, considerate, and fundamentally alone. I used to think that the big things, providing, being faithful, being reliable, were enough. They weren't. I convinced myself that love revolved around grand gestures, being there during tough times, paying the bills, and just showing up. And yes, those things do hold significance. But what I failed to grasp is that love is nurtured in the small, everyday moments. The conversations shared over breakfast. The aimless walks taken just because. The way you genuinely listen when your partner shares their day. I gradually stopped doing those things. It wasn't an overnight change. It unfolded slowly, so subtly that I didn't even notice. One missed conversation led to another. One, "Not tonight, I'm tired," turned into 1,000. one, "We can do that later," eventually became never. And Emily, being the wonderful person she was, adapted to this new reality. She stopped asking me to dance, stopped suggesting we try new classes together, and stopped initiating those heartfelt conversations. She began to find her own friends, her own hobbies, and her own life. We transformed into roommates who just happened to be married, polite, considerate, and fundamentally alone. I gradually stopped doing those things. It wasn't an overnight change. It unfolded slowly, so subtly that I didn't even notice. One missed conversation led to another. One, "Not tonight, I'm tired," turned into 1,000. One, "We can do that later," eventually became never. And Emily, being the wonderful person she was, adapted to this new reality. She stopped asking me to dance, stopped suggesting we try new classes together, and stopped initiating those heartfelt conversations. She began to find her own friends, her own hobbies, and her own life. We transformed into roommates who just happened to be married, polite, considerate, and fundamentally alone. Why didn't she insist? You know what she said? "I didn't want to make you do something you didn't want to do. I wanted you to want to do it with me." That sentence shattered me. Because she was right. She didn't want me to take her to Scotland out of obligation. She wanted me to genuinely want to share that experience with her, to be excited about it, to care about it because it mattered to her. And I couldn't even give her that. Listen, here's what I've learned. And I hope you're paying attention because this is crucial. The biggest threat to your relationship isn't cheating, fighting, or some dramatic betrayal. It's indifference. It's taking each other for granted. It's the slow erosion of intimacy that occurs when you stop trying. You stop asking questions because you think you already know the answers. You stop making an effort because you believe your partner will always be there. You stop prioritizing the relationship because you think you have time. And one day, you wake up next to a stranger. Or worse, they're gone. And you never had the chance to truly know them at all. After Emily passed, I found a journal in her nightstand. She had been keeping it for years, and reading through it felt like discovering a person I had lived with, but never truly seen. She wrote about loneliness, about feeling like she was screaming into a void. She reflected on small moments that hurt her, times I was physically present, but emotionally absent. Times I chose work over her. Times I was more interested in my phone than in what she was saying. She also wrote about love, about the man she married, about hoping that version of me would return, about trying to reach me and not knowing how. I was right there. We shared the same bed every night, but honestly, I might as well have been on another planet. And here's the part that devastates me. It wasn't malicious. I wasn't trying to hurt her. I just became lazy. I thought that merely showing up was enough. I thought providing was enough. I mistook not doing anything wrong for doing things right. But relationships don't die from dramatic failures. They die from 1,000 small neglects. If you're in a relationship right now, I want you to ask yourself some questions. When was the last time you had a genuine conversation with your partner? Not about logistics, schedules, or what's for dinner, but a real conversation about dreams, fears, and ideas. When was the last time you did something just because it would make them happy? Not because it was their birthday or an anniversary, but just because. When was the last time you looked at them, truly looked at them, and felt grateful they're in your life? If you can't remember, you're making the same mistake I made. Your partner isn't going to be there forever. I know that sounds dark, but it's true. One of you will die first. And when that happens, you don't get a do-over. You don't get to go back and have those conversations you postponed. You don't get to take those trips you kept delaying. You don't get to say those things you assumed they already knew. Emily and I had 41 years, and I wasted at least half of them being comfortable instead of connected, being right instead of being close, being present instead of being engaged. Don't make my mistake. Love isn't something you feel and then stop working on. Love is something you do every day, in small ways and big ways. It's choosing to be curious about your partner even after decades together. It's trying new things together even when it's uncomfortable. It's having hard conversations even when it's easier to avoid them. It's caring about the things they care about, not because you have to, but because they matter to the person you love. After Emily died, people kept telling me I had been a good husband. They meant well, but they were wrong. I wasn't a good husband. I was an adequate husband. I met the minimum requirements. I didn't cheat, didn't abuse, didn't abandon, but that's an incredibly low bar. Being a good partner means actively building intimacy, choosing vulnerability, staying curious, making effort, and prioritizing connection even when you're tired, busy, or stressed. I didn't do those things. And now I live with the regret of knowing I had something precious and let it slip away through sheer neglect. 6 years later, I still think about Scotland and how little it would have cost me to say yes. A week of my time, some money, that's it. And it would have meant everything to her. I think about the pottery classes she wanted to take, the dancing lessons, the long conversations, all the small ways she tried to stay connected, and all the times I said no, or not now, or maybe later. Later never came, you know. It never does. If you love someone, if you share your life with someone, don't wait for the perfect time to show them they matter. Don't assume they know. Don't take them for granted. Ask them about their dreams. Listen to their stories. Do the things they suggest, even if they don't interest you, especially because strengthening your bond should matter to you. Be present. Be curious. Be intentional. Because one day you'll be where I am, sitting alone, looking through old photographs, reading journals, and realizing you had everything you needed but didn't appreciate it until it was gone. I'm not telling you this to make you feel guilty. I'm sharing this because you still have time. Your partner, if you have one, is still there. You can still have those conversations, take those trips, and make those memories, but you have to do it now. On my desk, I keep a photograph of Emily from our honeymoon in 1972. She's laughing, squinting in the sun, her hair blowing in the wind, so full of life, hope, and dreams. And I think about the woman she became, still beautiful, still kind, but with a quiet sadness in her eyes
that I contributed to through years of benign neglect. Emily was right. We wasted so much time being right instead of being close. Don't waste your time the way I wasted mine. Love the people in your life actively and intentionally while you still can. This channel features people like me sharing life advice and memories. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more. If you gained something from this, leave a comment and hit that like button. If you have a story to tell or something you've learned that might help someone else, there's a form down in the description. Fill it out. Maybe next time we'll be sharing your story.